Good evening, everybody. This is Rabbi Karen, and I want to welcome you to our Tuesday Ma'ariv service. We're on Facebook, on Sim Shalom, UJUC, JSLI, Rabbi Stephen Blaine page. We're on simshalom.com, and we are on YouTube. So welcome, everybody. I'm so glad you can join us for this Tuesday Ma'ariv service. If you're in Zoom, you can chat with everybody. If you are on Facebook, you could go to our, Restream, and you can talk with us. So Barbara's in Restream. Welcome, Barbara. And today on our Zoom, we have Barbara, Rudolph, Al, Sue, Elias, and Toby, and Ellen is about to join us. So again, welcome to one and all. On this beautiful spring day, at least in Florida, we hit in the 90s today. And just welcome, and I'm glad you're here to join us. All right, let's see if we can share the screen. You don't want to say this too loud. The technology is actually working. Our Tuesday Ma'ariv service. Hine matov u'manayim shevet achim gam yachad. Hine matov u'manayim shevet achim gam yachad. Hine matov shevet achim gam yachad. Hine matov shevet achim gam yachad. How good it is and how pleasant when we dwell together in unity. And now our call to praise. Baruch hu et Adonai HaMevorach. Baruch Adonai HaMevorach Le'olam Va'ed. Our evening blessing. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher bivaro ma'ariv ha'ravim, bechokma potech sharim, uvitvuna mishaneh tim, umachalif et hazmanim, umsader et kochavim b'mishmoroteiim barakia kirtzono. With wisdom you open gateways, with understanding you alter times, vary the seasons and assign the stars to their watches in the sky. You cause day to pass and bring about night, distinguishing between day and night. Source of all forces is your name. O living and ever-enduring God, reign over us forever and ever. Blessed are you, Eternal One, who brings on twilight. Everlasting love you offer your people Israel by teaching us Torah and mitzvot, laws and precepts. Therefore, Adonai our God, when we lie down and when we rise up, we will meditate on your laws and your commandments. We will rejoice in your Torah forever. Day and night, we will reflect on them, for they are our life, and doing them lengthens our days. Never remove your love from us. Praise to you, Adonai, who loves your people Israel. Baruch atah Adonai, Amo, Ohev Amo, Yisrael. And now the prayer that states who we are, who states our creed, the Shema. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Hear, O Israel, the Lord our God, the Lord is one. Baruch Shem Kivod Malchuto Le'olam Va'ed. Blessed be the name of his glorious kingdom, forever and ever. And you shall love the Lord your God with all your heart, with all your soul, and with all your might. And all these words which I command you on this day shall be in your heart, and you shall teach them diligently to your children, and you shall speak of them when you sit in your house, when you walk by the way, when you rise up, and when you lie down. And you shall bind them for a sign upon your hand, and they shall be for frontlets between the eyes. And you shall write them on the doorposts of your house and upon your gates. And that you may remember and do all of my commandments, and be holy, holy unto your God. All right, ladies and gentlemen, going to stop here for a moment and say hello to everybody. I've been clicking people into the room, but I didn't even know who was here. Okay, we've got Toby. Now we have Barbara and Mark. And Elias, Sue, Rudolph, Ellen, Dana, Rusty, and Al, Daniela, and Marvin. Well, welcome everybody. And in our Restream chat, we have Barbara, Sue is there also, Ellen Rose, and my good friend Dee. Good evening to everybody. I'm so glad you could be with us. As Al's hat says, Jewtastic. This is Jewtastic that we're all here together on this Tuesday, Ma'ariv service. All right, let's go back to our share screen. And as Miriam and the women went through the parting of the Red Sea, they sang, Micha mocha bailim Adonai, Mika mocha nedar b'kodesh, no ra tehilot, osef eleh. Who is like you, O God, amongst the gods that are worshipped? Who is like you, majestic in holiness, awesome in splendor, working wonders? Your children witnessed your sovereignty, the sea splitting before Moses and Miriam. This is our God, they cried, Adonai will reign forever and ever. Thus it is said, Adonai redeemed Jacob from a hand stronger than his own. Praise are you, Adonai, for redeeming Israel. Baruch atah Adonai, Ga'al Yisrael. Hashivenu Adonai Eloheinu l'shalom v'acha mirenu malkeinu l'chayim ufrosh aleinu sukat shalomecha. Adonai, bless us. We're living in troubled times. So thrilled that we made it this far in our lives. Bless us, watch over us, shelter us with peace. Help us to remain a great nation. Shelter us and remove from our path hostility, disease, war, famine, and sorrow. Shelter us in the shadow of your wings. For you are a protecting and saving power, truly a sovereign power. Gracious and compassionate are you. Guard our going and our coming in life, in peace, now and for all eternity. Spread us over your shelter of peace. Baruch atah Adonai, haporei shukat shalom aleinu v'al kol amo Yisrael v'al Yerushalayim. Blessed are you, eternal one, who spreads your shelter of peace over us, over all your people Israel, and over Jerusalem. That's that drip. Yitgada v'yitgada shemei rabba b'yamad irach hirutei v'yamlich mahutei b'chayei chon uv'yo omechon uv'chayei d'cho beit Yisrael. Ba'agala, ba'agala, uvizman koriv, v'yimaru, amen. Yeshmei rabbo mivorach, li'alam li'amei amaya, yitbarach, v'yishtabach, v'yibar, v'yiraman, v'yinaseh, v'yitadar, v'yitaleh, v'yitalab, shmei d'kudashah b'riachu. Leila mikha bechata v'shirata, tush bechata v'nechemata, damiram b'alma, v'yimaru, amen. I just want to say to everybody who's here for the first time, I never claimed to be Barbara Streisand. So this is who you got. This is my voice, and including myself, we just all have to put up with it.
She went to my high school.
Okay.
Yes, she did. She was a year behind me.
Oh, yes. Ron, you went to Bayside?
No, Erasmus Hall in Brooklyn.
Oh, I went to, Barbara. They're just talking about me.
Oh, you were talking about Barbara Streisand.
I said, that's right.
I never knew her, though.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, yeah, I guess she didn't want to know anybody else either. She was Barbara with an A. Okay, let's go back to our prayers. And now, our standing prayer, where we remind Adonai that the blessings and the promises made to our ancestors, we want Adonai to keep the promises to us. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu v'Elohei Avotenu v'Imotenu, Elohei Avraham, Elohei Yitzchak, Elohei Yaakov. Elohei Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, Elohei Leah. Ha'el Hagadol Hagibor v'Hanora, El Elyon. Gomer Hasadim Tovim v'Konei HaKol, v'Zoher Chazdei Avot v'Imoot, Umevi Gula Livnei B'neihem, L'man Shemo Be'ahava. Melech Ozer Umoshia Umagen, Baruch Atah Adonai, Magen Avraham, Bezrat Sarah. Atagi bo li'olam Adonai, Mechaye HaKol Rav LaHoshia, Mechaker Chaim Bechesed, Mechaye HaKol Berachamim Rabim, Somech Noflim Verofei Cholim, Umatir Asurim, Umkayem Emunato, Lishenei Afar, Micha Mocha Bal Givuro, Umido Melach, Melech Memid, Kayem, Umatzmiach Yeshua, V'ne'emanata lahayot hakol, Baruch atah Adonai, Mechaye hakol. We remember that Adonai is the only strength that we need. Adonai is our superhero who gives life to the living, and that's all that we need in our lives. So welcome everybody. Let me check Restream, and we still have our same, oh, Barbara, thank you. Barbara loves my voice. Oh, that's sweet. Don't lie to a rabbi. Okay. This week's Parsha is Emor. This Parsha is filled with 124 verses. In it are the laws and the prohibition of the Kohanim. It states whom they may and whom they are prohibited from marrying, not to be in the presence of a corpse, unless of particular relatives. There's a debate whether a wife, not mentioned, is excluded from the list or understood to be as one. How to honor a Kohen and the qualifications of Hagadol HaKohen, the great priest. We are told which animals qualify and which do not qualify to be used as sacrifices. These animals must be without blemish, nor physical abnormalities. We continue reading about the festivals and relating their importance. These holidays include Shabbat, Pesach, Sukkot, Shavuot, counting of the Omer, Rosh Hashanah, and Yom Kippur. The Parsha continues with the story of a man, born of an Egyptian father and Jewish mother, who cursed Adonai's name. Moses, after divine consultation, commanded he be stoned to death, attesting to the fact that the convert must obey the same laws. Rashi interprets that although he was born of a Jewish mother, he did convert at Sinai. This Parsha focuses on physical attributes. In Parsha Kadoshim, we have learned, Hayitem li kadoshim ki kadosh ani Adonai, and you shall be holy to me, for I, the Lord, am holy. Yes, as we read, only Kohanim who are physically handsome can become Hagadol HaKohen. He cannot be married to a divorcee, a widow, or a harlot. His wife must be attractive. He must be without blemish or physical abnormalities. He must not have a limb or an eye smaller than the other. He must not have a broken arm or leg, not a blemish, not be a dwarf, hunchback, or blind. A Kohen with such physical attributes cannot perform the sacrifices, but may partake in the meals. We are told in one Parsha to strive toward holiness, yet impairments are less than holy. Looking up synonyms for impairment, I found the following: damaged, defective, marred, broken, debilitated, imperfect. How does this play into our 21st century psyche? have the lessons of this Torah portion been something to strive for? As today there are Kohanim who would not attend a funeral of others than a close relative. Other Kohanim would dismiss the restrictions. Have we as a society embraced or dismissed requirements of physical attributes? Shulamit Reinhardt states, females, regardless of age, have a goal of bodily perfection, and that beauty equates with goodness. The matriarchs are referred to as beautiful, or even very beautiful. This continues to our culture. The beautiful princess and the handsome prince, both are good, always tortured by the ugly antagonist. Our culture is overloaded with people striving for perfection, and those who feel they cannot measure up are subject to psychological disease, public ridicule, bullied, and the bane of cruel jokes and comments. You must be perfect to serve Adonai. You must be perfect. You must be perfect to marry the perfect man. I would like to believe we strive to be holy by following Adonai's mitzvot. But this parsha leaves me with one question. How do we strive to be holy if we are not perfect? Anyone have a thought? How do we strive to be holy if we're not perfect in 2023? If you have an answer, we'd love to hear it. Unmute yourself. We go to Ma'ariv Sim Shalom. That's a thought. Okay. We attend services. I'm sorry, somebody was speaking. Barbara?
And hasn't all of that changed, though, pretty much?
Well, we know people that follow Torah exactly.
Yeah, because like, I know somebody who was excused from religious studies because he was deaf.
Okay. So how do we in 2023?
I mean, but, it sort of seems, I know a lot of deaf Jews at RIT where I taught.
Okay.
Again, TID, I know a lot of deaf Jews, and they had quite a following there.
So how would they achieve holiness?
Same, my thought would be same as everyone else, but.
Well, everyone else has an answer, so give me your everyone else. Give me your thoughts.
Well, it shouldn't make a difference, regardless, even though the Torah says it should. But
okay. All right.
It shouldn't make a difference.
Okay, thank you, Marvin. Dana.
Beauty is in the eyes of the beholder. Everybody's beautiful, gorgeous. Everybody's beautiful.
I feel like we're going to break into song, but yes, you're right. Okay, Ellen, you unmuted yourself? What do you have to say?
Yes, I agree with Dana. Everybody is beautiful. But I was thinking that by doing mitzvot and by trying to repair the world, that we are holy, even though we're not perfect, that we engage in the holy act of trying to make the world a better place, tikkun olam.
Okay, Mark, I'll get to you in a moment. Somebody wrote, deaf people attain holiness in spirit, but not in song. And Ellen Rose said, now there are prayer books in large print and they should be in Braille. I wouldn't be surprised if they are in Braille. Mark, ahead.
No, I know somebody who used to do haftorahs in Braille.
Beautiful, thank you.
A blind student at RIT.
Okay, thank you. Mark.
Yeah, I once had a teacher that would not give 100 on your homework or 100 on any of your grades, because she said the only person that's perfect is God, and therefore you can strive to get 100, but you'll never be perfect like God.
I almost had the same teacher, but this teacher said, The only perfect ones are God and him. So, and when you were
But
13 years old, that was very nerve-wracking.
God and him, you're assuming that God is a male.
No, meaning him, the teacher.
Oh, a teacher. I'm sorry.
Teacher was also, and when you were 12 years old, that was very scary. All right, so we have other ways: attending Ma'ariv, doing mitzvot, repairing the world, just, doing the kindness. We have something in Judaism called midot, Jewish values. And just by observing these values, these day to day, that's another way to strive for perfection. So, it's very interesting how we take a more modern interpretation, but I love it. I think that's perfectly acceptable. All right, let's continue on with our service. I know we're going to come in a moment to the Mishabera, so you can all get yourselves ready for that. Let me
Rabbi, may I interrupt for a second?
Yes.
I wanted to, my one thought I was having while everyone was speaking was sometimes it seems like in this part of the Torah where we're just beginning to be B'nai Israel, the children of Israel, that our parent is also a new parent. And, like when, a new parent has all these dreams and hopes that they'll have this kid that achieves everything that they could possibly think of. And, the kid always ends up being something of their own, very imperfect. And so I feel like for this first few generations of us, maybe we put expectations on ourselves that were, in retrospect, ridiculous, and also not really based on our values as we came to know them through our experience.
I'm going to take you one step further. We were the petulant child that argued back.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay?
Also, I saw that Al was unmuted, and I wanted to know if he had something to say.
I was just thinking of a rabbi of mine a few years ago, back in the 80s, and see if I can paraphrase this off the top of my head, but he was talking about how God created a world where we could make choices, even bad choices. And it was also a world where we could strive to also make the world better, ourselves, as well as others. And he also looked at Judaism as being aspirational, that it commands us to do better, to be better, and while simultaneously acknowledging the fact that that work never ends. It continues.
Amen
So,
to that.
all
Amen.
right. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Okay, let's get back to our Ma'ariv service. Now let's take a few moments to listen to the prayers in our hearts and in our minds. Ose shalom bimruma, uyase shalom aleinu, ve'ako Yisrael, v'imru, imru, amen. May the one who causes peace to reign in the high heavens, let peace descend on us and all Israel, and let us say, amen. And now we get ready for our prayer for healing. Type in names of people who need our healing thoughts and prayers. I'm going to begin with Joyce and Sid, Katie and Luna, Chris, Robin, Lisa's daughter, Ronnie, Seal's daughter, Rabbi Allison's daughter, Miriam Bat Shulamit, Carrie, daughter of Bonnie, Leslie, Minda, Leah, Bat Chaya, Maxine, Marcia, Marlene, Bat Sylvia, Alan, George, and Stu, and Cantor, Ovadia. Okay, Rala, Diane, Derry Maple, who's having bypass surgery. Let's go with the other. Paul, Etoile, Jack, Dana, Tom, Mark, Eileen, Dorothy, Marlene, Jean, David. Callie is well now. Granny Franny, Preston Allen, who's recovering from gender-affirming surgery. Grandma Franny and all who suffer PTSD. Let me go back to the other one. Andrea Bot Marcy, Judy Bot Othello, all those who are suffering physically, emotionally, and spiritually around the world. Do we have anybody else? I think I got everybody. All Sim Shalomers in need of refuah shlema. Okay. Let me.
Can I
Yes.
unmute real quick? Okay, thank you. My wife Tracy, Ellen Friedman, Granny Franny, Brady's father, Ziona and her husband Tom, our friend Molly's dog Sammy, still recovering from brain surgery, Rabbi Galit, Toby, Sephora, my friend Jeff Anderson, my friend Jeff Gutterson, and Rabbi Gerald Schuster.
Okay.
Thank you.
And go ahead. Anybody else? Marvin, could you unmute yourself? Let me just say Erica L&D, although the cancer patients, Rabbi Schuss recovering from wisdom tooth surgery. Ow. Marvin, please unmute yourself. He's not hearing me. Marvin? Okay, maybe stepped away for a moment. All right, so now let's go back to our Mishabera. Mishabera avotenu Meho habraha limotenu. May the source of strength, who bless the ones before us, help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say, Amen. Misheberach imotenu Meho habraha leavotenu. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shlema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say, Amen.
Dawn Walnut and Nelson Raspoldo.
Thank you.
I managed to find that.
Aleinu l'shabeach ladon hakol, latet gdula liotze breshit, shelo asanu kikoye haratzot, v'lo samanu kimishpuchot adama, shelo sam helkenu kahem, v'gor aleinu kiho hamanam, v'anachnu korim, u'mishtachavim u'modim, lifnei melech malchei hamlochim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu, V'ne'eman v'haya Adonai lemelech ha'koretz bayom ha'hu yeh Adonai echad u'shmo echad. We recall the loved ones whom death has recently taken from us, those who died in the season in years past, and those whom we have taken into our hearts with our own. The memories of all of them are with us. Our griefs and sympathies are mingled as we praise Adonai and pray for the coming of Adonai's kingdom. Yizgadal v'yikadash shemei rabbah, v'yamad divrah hirutei v'yamlich malchutei, v'chayechon uv'yomechon, uv'chayei d'chol beit Yisrael. Magalav Zman Kari V'Yimru, Amen. Yeheshmei Rabba Mevorach Li'olam Al Mei Amaya. Yit Barach V'Yishtabach V'Yabar V'Yitroman V'Yitnaseh. Yitadar V'Yitalei V'Yitalal. Shemei D'Kudusha B'Rechu. Le'elam Mikol B'Chata V'Shirata. Tush B'Chata V'Nechamata. V'Amiram V'Alma V'Yimru, Amen. Yehesh Lama Rabba Min Shemaya. V'Chaim Aleinu V'Yal Kol Yisrael. B'Yimru, Amen. Oseh Shalom b'Rumav, Hu Ya'aseh Shalom, Aleinu v'Al Kol Yisrael, B'Yimru, Amen. Let me get to our Mishabera. Somebody said Barbara or Mark's sister, Claire Krausenstein. May all those who are in mourning be comforted by the one who comforts all. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for joining us on this Ma'ariv service. It's so good to see you all again. I know I wasn't here last week, but I hope everybody's well. Be happy, healthy. Check out our JSLI website, our Sim Shalom website. We've got rabbinic classes happening soon, cantorial classes. Want to get back to our J-Leap class if you want to learn about Judaism, but you're not quite ready for rabbinic school. So just be well, be happy, be healthy, everybody. Take care. Toby, give me 15 minutes and we'll be back to tutoring. Take care, everyone. Be well. Bye-bye.